going to need to undo the rigging to get the mast down. So I'm starting by using some electrical tape and just wrapping it around here so that you know what position to put these bottle screws back on later to get the same tension. Very wobbly. Mast hasn't fallen off
Yet.
One of the cotter pins here, they didn't use a stainless steel one and it rusted, so got a drill in it.
So it just so happens that our haul out is happening on Jonathan's birthday. I decided to surprise him by making a cake. I'm going to try and make it before he shows up. Problem is he's trying to avoid sugar at the moment, so I decided to make a raw cake, and I was looking at recipes and I found one for a raw carrot cake, which I think is perfect because he really likes carrot cake. These are my ingredients. Carrots, obviously, dates, raisins, walnuts, almond flour, spices. There's also frosting that goes on top that is made with cashews and lemon and vanilla. So the first step is to soak the cashews for the frosting. The recipe said to soak them in hot water, which meant I had to move absolutely everything that I just got out in order to boil the kettle. That's boat life for you. This is my cashews. And these need to soak for about an hour. While they do that, I will get on with the rest of the cake. I'm going to do the carrots, which are supposed to be grated, but I'm feeling really lazy, so I'm just going to try and blend them a little bit. Not so much that they turn into a puree, but just enough to chop them up a bit. Just cut the ends off first. And... oh. The carrot just escaped. I'm just going to cut these into small enough lumps that the blender can cook with them. I'm going to pop them in the blender, probably going to do it in 2 batches. So the blender did a pretty good job grating the carrots. The next thing is to blend the dates, which I don't quite know how I'm going to do because this blender really doesn't like blending dates. They all just kind of turn into a big sticky ball, but I'm going to try it anyway because I don't know what else to do. Well, the blender made kind of a horrible noise and started jumping around all over the place, but it did do a pretty good job of blending them. I forgot to mention I actually cut them into small pieces and it made them blend a lot better. Right at the end, the blender did suddenly just stop, and I think what happened was it just kind of loosened itself from the base. I'm praying that's what happened because Jonathan is going to kill me if I broke it. Happy birthday! I broke the blender and now you get to fix it. Well, good news is the blender still works, so thank God for that. And I managed to blend the walnuts. So that's all of the blending done. Now I just need to add the spices, the raisins and the almond meal. I never measure my spices, I'm too lazy. I just kind of guess. The spices I have, by the way, is cinnamon, nutmeg, ginger and salt, which I guess isn't really a spice. The last thing is some vanilla, which I'm also not going to measure. I'm just getting ready to make the frosting. I mixed up all the cake into a doughy thing. It tastes absolutely amazing. Drain all the water out of the cashews. Gonna juice some lemon. Just gonna toss everything into the blender. Lemon juice, some vanilla. And this recipe is actually supposed to have maple syrup in the frosting as well, but I don't have any and I don't want to use golden syrup because then I would be adding refined sugar, which completely defeats the purpose. I'm just going to hope that the sweetness of the cake will be enough without needing to add a bunch of sugar to the frosting. So I blended the cashews until they were as smooth as possible. It tastes pretty good. The final step is just to put it all together. This is a raw cake, so it doesn't even need to be baked. I need to hide it. I don't think I can hide an entire cake dish. My idea is to put it into a few Tupperware containers. Hopefully that will work and I can just tuck it away at the back of the cupboard. The cake is in the boxes. Now I'm going to put the frosting on top. And then all I have to do is clear up all of this mess I've made before Jonathan sees it. That is that. I hope you can see it. And I'm going to try and surprise Jonathan on camera. Jonathan, can you tell me again what you just said?
It's nice to have a cake that doesn't have any sugar in it.
I have some good news for you. It's a gift for you.
What kind of cake is it?
It's a carrot cake. And it's raw.
Ooh.
And it's got a cashew frosting on it.
Very exciting.
Yeah.
I'll have to wait, save it for tomorrow.
What you doing?
Serving up some birthday cake.
For
Me?
for breakfast. Yeah.
But it's raw, so it's healthy, right?
Yeah, according to you.
Carrot cake, so it's basically a salad.
Well, that's quite a leap to say that your birthday cake is a salad. That's a good slab.
Yeah, it held together really well. I'm impressed.
Doesn't it look yummy?
Very yummy.
Good. I'd be disappointed if after all that work you thought it was horrible. On our way to the boatyard to get hauled out of the water.
Beth is currently steering.
Yes.
So you can see that we have our mast down on the deck. There's some low bridges on the way, so we had to demast. But we also have some work to do on the mast, so that's not such a bad thing.
Yeah. And this is our longest solo trip on the boat yet.
Yeah.
20 minutes up the river. I'm proud of myself because I just steered us out of the marina.
Yeah.
Normally Jonathan has to do that because I'm too scared. But it's only because there were like no other boats around, so there was nothing to him.
And so we're going up the river against the current with our electric motor, and it's going really smoothly. 2.6 knots.
It's like the nicest day ever for a trip up the river. It's really sunny and warm. It's probably the nicest day of the year so far. Jonathan is taking over because we're going round a turn and we've been told it gets shallow if you don't stay in the right place, and Jonathan knows what the right place is, so I'm letting him do it.
I've been instructed what the right place is, but
Yeah.
we'll see if memory serves. It would be unfortunate to get grounded.
Yeah, we don't want to run aground on our way to the boatyard. That would be very embarrassing.
Young man, you're grounded.
So beautiful. I don't know about you, but I'm really sad that we aren't going to get to go out on the boat for like a month or two. Going round another bend and under this bridge.
And a couple of annoyed clucks.
Beautiful swans. Scary bridge. There's some red cones that we have to make sure to stay on the right side of so that we don't run aground. We are so close to the bank right now, but the depth is still like 12 feet, so we're good, I think. But it's scary. Yeah, there's the boys. So we don't actually know how our depth sounder is calibrated, whether it's reading from the bottom of the keel or from the waterline or what. So the depth just dropped to like 4 feet and we freaked out, but I think that means it's actually calibrated from the bottom of the keel because we didn't run aground and our draft is what, like 5'6" or something? Yeah, so it's all good, we're still floating. So I think we just ran a little bit aground. I don't know if you can be a bit aground. We did get stuck, but we managed to just back up and get out of it. So that's good. I think we weren't sticking close enough to the outside of the bend. Yeah, a little bit scary for a minute, but we're all good.
It's a mud bank, so it wouldn't have caused any damage.
Lowest bridge on the whole trip, but I don't think we're gonna hit it. I hope we're not.
Solar panels at the back we have to worry about.
Oh yeah. The bridge. There's literally like 2 meters above them. And here's the boatyard coming up, and we've got a dock over there. So wish us luck. So we literally got within like 10 meters of the dock, and then we ran aground again, and this time we're like really stuck. So I think they're gonna come and tow us or something, I'm not sure. We're just waiting for them to come to our aid. A little bit embarrassing, but yeah, the river here is pretty shallow, so it was probably gonna happen. She's flying. Blood is coming down.
off. Look at her swaying back and forth.